Well, that's been a difficult couple of days. Um, Quite a lot of displaced anger around, um, which is what we all tend to do unconsciously when we're stressed and upset about something, or angry with someone it's not safe to be angry with. We displace it elsewhere. We put it out somewhere else, and it's normal. And I feel some of it's come my way, and that's fine. I've batted it back off because I understood what was going on. I was thinking about what we can do to move on and do something positive about um, something so distressing, and we cannot bring back um, the life of a young girl. We can't do that. We can't make that happen. Um, Maybe we can throw money at it, and I think that's what people have been wanting and trying to do. Is we throw money, we'll give money, and then, if there's a way to do that, then fine. I want to just say it's not my place and not down to me to be verifying information that people are giving me and then people are asking me for. It was given me and someone asked for it, I gave it. That's all. It's not down to me to make sure all the T's are crossed and all the I's are dotted. But yeah, if you want to find ways to send money to the grandmother, then that's great if you can do that. I'd forgotten, and I used to go on to Kiva quite a lot, and then I forget, and I haven't looked at Kiva for several months, and I find that I've got $56 there ready to relend. And so I lent $50 to. There were only a couple of. You can do a filter and you can look, and there were only a couple of people looking for support with education. So I lent $50 to somebody last night. And what happens with Kiva is that you lend in tranches of $25, and that gets paid back in small amounts. And then once that's paid back, you've got $25 to lend again. I've been doing it for about 6 years or even longer, probably longer than that now, probably 8 years. And I really like being able to do that because your money's constantly being used. You get some people that default, you get some people that don't pay back, but some of them are in such dire circumstances, it's not surprising. I normally concentrate on women because I feel that still, women often don't have a voice. So I normally concentrate my loans on women, and I normally look at health and hygiene, because quite often somebody's asking for a loan to make a toilet attached to their home. And of course, we're all lucky, aren't we? We're so privileged. I've got 2 toilets. So privileged, and yet some people haven't even got one toilet or whatever. So that's, or sometimes I'll look at agriculture and lend to somebody who is trying to improve their flock or their cattle, or wants to have a loan to be able to buy cattle feed or animal feed in quantities that make it less expensive, things like that I look at. So if you don't know Kiva, Kiva, go and have a look. And then maybe you might feel better about, you can support someone else to achieve things that they want to achieve, because we can't support the poor young lady that died, whose name I can't pronounce, which is why I'm not trying to. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that, really. We've had very windy weather, very windy, and we're still in windy weather. It's been wet. It was so windy that our garden bench got blown over the other night, which is quite exceptional. It was a very brief, violent windstorm that came through for about half an hour. But since then it's been very windy. We've had gusts of 75 kilometres an hour, which actually isn't a lot. When you convert it, it's about 45 miles an hour. So it's not really a lot, but it sounds it. Inside the house, the wind whistles, and down the chimney it whistles. So we're hearing it a lot. I'm really happy about it. I'm not unhappy about it. We haven't had snow. The temperatures here are really mild. 13.5 it is centigrade out there, and it's coming up to half 11. I know that the UK have had snow, and I know that up north, they've had people have been stuck on a motorway on the M62 overnight. That's not good. So where are we? It's the 10th of March, Friday, 10th of March. Lou's birthday. She won't be watching this. She wouldn't watch this, but happy birthday, Lou. And we had the confirmation that the paperwork has gone through for the micro station. Enfin. So I'm expecting to receive a message today or on Monday about the date for the microstation going in, and I'm hoping that it will go in towards the end of next week. If it doesn't, it doesn't really matter, because if it starts going in when this is all being done, which is in 10 days time, yeah, that'll be okay as well, because that's outside work and that's it. This is inside work. A week today, we've got removers coming in to move us out, which will be interesting. I really want to make sure that we have got all that we need before they take it all away, all that we'll need for living upstairs for, I don't know, hopefully only 2 weeks, but it could be 3. I've got 2 lunch invites so far, but I think I'm going to put a message out to my friends saying we've got no kitchen, we're, invite us for lunch, please. So yeah. And I am going to cook pork chops, mashed potato and baked beans. And I said to Mark as I came home, I also bought some, what we always have, or mostly have, is rye bread toast. It's that Bjorg rye bread toast, which is really quite healthy, but it's still carby. But I bought some more rye bread. I'm not sure what it is. I'm going to fetch it and you can have a look. So that's our normal toast, which we have with peanut butter or Marmite or something. And this is, oh, sorry, I bought this today, which is also rye. But I bought avocados, and I'll put smashed avocados on there tonight. And tomorrow I'm going to bake potatoes and scoop them out and refill them with the potato mixed with cheese and lardon and mushrooms. And as we came away, I said to Mark, it's carbs. And for me, it's like, I'm always aware, it's like, oh, it's carbs. I'm thinking normal people just have normal people who are having a meat and 2 veg day, or, or having a roast dinner, or having toast and or beans on toast. They just have carbs. That's what, and yet I question it every fucking time, because I know it's carbs that are our downfall. But it's like, I just want to be normal. Whatever normal is, but I just want to do what normal people do, not be having to second fucking guess every time about what we eat. So it's Friday, and this weekend we'll be eating, I am mostly eating carbs, and fuck it. I was watching Kathy Burke last night on aging. I think it's a 2-part documentary that she's made on aging. She had just reached 58, and I think she's less well than I am. She's obese as I am. She smokes as I don't. I did smoke. I smoked up until 1999, so it's now 23 years ago or more. So I think she's probably short like I am. She's very obese like I am, but she's 58, so she's 10 years younger than I am, but not aging very well. And she's talking about aging like someone of my age should talk, not like someone of her age. I think she had an illness some years ago, and she has to take tablets for that now. But I just think that the people that she was talking to in the documentary and the people she was looking at and sharing aging advice and tips with were privileged people. Jennifer Saunders, Bill Bailey are two that I can think of. There was a famous woman, not a famous, well, I think she's a YouTube celebrity, a social media celebrity in her 70s, who she spoke to, and she spoke to a woman in her 70s who is a dominatrix. Um, but all of these people had money and were privileged, and I think that when you're privileged, um, you can buy age, better aging. That's probably not how you mean to I mean to say it, but it does give you an opportunity to be able to eat better food, have better health care, live in better conditions, and not live with all the stress of how am I going to pay that bill, how am I going to do that shopping, how am I going to feed my kids, all of that. So those of us that are privileged live without all of that stress. So I think it was interesting. It was her viewpoint, just like my viewpoint. It was her viewpoint on aging, but I think it misses a whole tranche of people who are now having to decide whether to heat or eat, who can't feed their kids or can't feed themselves because they're feeding their kids, who are living right on the bottom rungs of society. Um, who, I think I haven't looked, but the statistics for death, age of death, are probably beginning to fall in the UK, or any in the UK, because the pot of poverty there now is massive. The whole cost of living thing is massive, um, and I think that the statistics will show that over time. I know what I wanted to show you. If you're in the UK, there was loads of choice of tomatoes. There were these. There were the black ones of these. There were normal tomatoes. There were the cerise cherry tomatoes that were on special offer. I bought cucumber. I bought lettuce. I bought beetroot. There were loads of radishes there. There was a whole load of salady stuff that I could buy. But I'm going to make salad to go with the baked potatoes. So I bought these, and I bought some cooked whole beetroot, which just needs peeling. Anyway, I'm going now. You'll be pleased to know. So have a look at Kiva. I'll put a link to Kiva in there, and may even link to my Kiva group. And maybe we can move away now from the anger, and stick with the sadness and think about how it could have been, and mourn the death of this young lady without fighting with each other. Have a good day.